Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison and today we'll be going over the stock market news. We'll be going over crypto news, well not news, we'll be going over the crypto charts, what's happening with Bitcoin, and we'll be looking at a couple of the other charts on Binance and looking at other things like that as well. I have to apologise, I'm slightly hungover. There's a bank holiday here today in the UK and we were out last night with friends. It wasn't meant to be kind of a big thing, it was just going out for a couple of drinks and then coming back home and chilling out. But we ended up all night, so that was me. We were still having a drink about 7 hours ago. So I'm slightly hungover, but not bad enough not to do the actual live show. So still up at 5:30 this morning, doing the crypto work. But that's me for just now. So always good just now. So I have to remind you before we start, if you can go down to the like button and hit that like button, it does help the channel definitely. We're starting to see the channel grow a wee bit more now, which is really good. So if you can go down to the like button, hit the notification bell as well, and hit it maybe twice. You might have to hit it twice to get all notifications of all the videos that we're going to be doing, or that I do. And also, we're going to be closing the premium group to new members in 4 days' time. So if you've not joined the premium group, you've been thinking about it, now is the time to join, because this is the time you will lock in the price of the premium group, the monthly membership. We're going to be changing the pricing structure of the group when we reopen it in 2 months' time at the end of July. So it's going to be closing in 4 days for 2 months, then we'll reopen it and it'll be a much higher price as well. So if you've not joined yet, join just now and you can lock in the prices just now. That'd be great to see you in the premium group. We've had about 10 new members over the last couple of days, which is fantastic. So welcome to all the new members as well to the premium group. So really good to see you here. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure we are up and running okay and everything is going as is. Right, I'm just changing. I'll go back to that. I think we should be live and we've got people in just now. So we've got 39 people in just now, which is good to see. I'll just make sure we've jumped over. Yeah, we've jumped over now, I wasn't. Okay, Sean Dubs is in the house, welcome to you. James is in the house, Pascal Amsterdam, Crypto Cannabis, A Telstra is in, Legend Kills, Reggie1674, Tony P, Crypto Cat, Barbara McDonald, Gary Passage, Christopher Dalsin, Kev T, Goddy Boy, Ross Davison, Peter van der Wright is in, Mac Pollen, Donny Don Matthew, Bernard Ronald, Charlie C1100, High Plains Drifter, Ferris Alcacid, Andreas is in as well, Gareth Passage I think I've said, Mark Innes, good to see you here. Hello Steve, your Spidey senses was right. Yeah, so the Spidey senses. So I said on Friday, okay, there's something going to happen at the weekend. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's to do with XRP, if it's to do with BNB or BTC or what's going to happen, but something big was going to happen. And then last night before we went out, I kind of looked at the charts again around about 6 p.m. or something like that. I think it was around about that time, 6 p.m. I thought my Spidey senses have been wrong. And I thought it was weird to because I've started to really trust those my intuition and the Spidey senses, and I thought that's a bit strange. I must have been totally off with that. And then when I came back, I think it was 1 o'clock in the morning, I looked at the charts and I seen Bitcoin had just jumped up to, it was nearly $9,000, didn't quite get there. I thought that was the thing, that was the Spidey senses and what it was all about. But yeah, it was quite good to see that. Obviously the alts took a hit, which wasn't a good thing, and the kind of project that I was in kind of took a big hit as well. But there you go, the Spidey senses were right. So we'll have a look at the Bitcoin chart as well. Who else is in the house? John Nohobear is in. Injambi Kariri is in as well. Good to see you here. We'll take a look at some of the comments. Good morning. So BTC 100% in 4 months. So with cryptos, be patient. We still have a long lifetime. Yes, we do indeed. And that's very true, Mac Pawn. Good morning, Steve. Followed you for a year. Managed to get you live for once with being off work. Normally watch at 125 speed, so you speak slowly today. Keep up the good work, mate. Now this is me speaking fast. A lot of people think I speak really fast. Mark Innes, hello Steve, your Spidey sensors was right. Yeah, Ferris, EOS.io. Yeah. Double my investment in BTT. Excellent, Crypto Cap. That's really good to hear. And Donny Don Matthew, lottery tickets claim open on Binance for the Harmony 1. Claims are open for the next 24 hours. Just claim our tickets now, fingers crossed. Yeah, so I've just claimed mine as well, and I've tweeted it as well. So remember, Donny Don, tweet it out so you can get an extra, might get an extra kind of chance of winning the kind of lottery as well. It's only $300 worth, but it's 94,000 Harmony that you can get. And you might get, if you've got more than one lottery ticket, you might win 2 tickets, 3, 4, 5, up to 5 tickets. Well, up to 6 tickets now. So that might happen with Harmony 1. So seen that this morning, but I tweeted that, well, I never tweeted it out, as I kind of put in a premium group about the Harmony 1, the blog post for Binance as well, and how you can win an extra kind of plausible ticket as well if you tweet it out. So remember to do that as well. Gareth Passage made good gains on APPC. Excellent, excellent. APPC's had a good run. Okay, we'll take a look at Crypto Bubbles, see what's happening here. And this is for the last hour. So you can see Elastos up 10%, 36% on a month, which is now reporting the monthly figures, which is good, and 23% on a week. Ravine is up 45%. It's good to see this, 45% a month, 3.4% on the hour. MCO, that's had a good run as well, 50% in a month, or nearly 50%. VET not doing so well just now, but still up 28% on the month, and this is a dollar value we have to remember as well when we're looking at Crypto Bubbles. So we'll look at the daily. Green, green, green on the daily. This is over the last 24 hours. And as I said, this is the dollar value. So you might be thinking, well, they also have taken a hit. They've taken a hit BTC wise, or Satoshi value have taken a hit, but their dollar value has obviously gone up. And the dollar value of Bitcoin goes up, the dollar value of the alts go up, even if they go down in the Satoshi value. It's kind of hard to get your head around sometimes, especially newbies coming into the space. But yeah, you have to be careful of that. But ultimately, we want to collect more Bitcoin. So you don't want to look at the dollar value. You look at the dollar value when you're going to cash out. Totally, that's what you look at the dollar value. But if you're looking for the long-term investment, you're looking to get more Bitcoin, or I certainly am looking to get more Bitcoin and others, XRP as well, and Cardano and BNB possibly now as well. And we'll take a wee look at that. I want to take a kind of deeper dive, well, not a deeper dive, but a bigger look at BNB and where it could go. But some big moves there. Maximind coin is up 36% over the last 24 hours. BSV has went up, don't report on that. MCO, or Crypto.com, 50% on the month as well, up 2.8% an hour, 24% of the day. Dent has moved up as well. BTT started moving, 153% over the last month, so that's a good move as well. Okay, overall markets. Excuse me, what's happening in the overall markets? Just make sure everything is up and running. We've got the sound okay. Yep, we have. Good. So we are up to $270 billion. So last on Friday, if you remember, I think we were touching about 245 billion. So we're up 25 billion over the weekend, which is massive, which is absolutely massive. Bitcoin itself over the last 24 hours, 9.4% move, and that's it coming down slightly as well. So Bitcoin is up 9.4%. This is dollar value as well. We'll look at the change. Just seeing some of those: Maximind, Bitcoin, Biton, Dent, Crypto.com, MadeSafe, Metaverse, Ravine, PundyX as well, Tron, Holo, Litecoin, Monero, all up in double digits. Anybody in the red? Yep, we've got about 12% in the red. Aurora down 20%. Theta Fuel had a huge run up as well. That is down 10%. Solve, Engine, they've all had run-ups as well. So it's just a slight pullback for them, a natural organic pullback for them. So not that much has fallen dollar value wise. And we'll just go back. We'll look at the Bitcoin, the Satoshi value. You will find that there's a lot more. You can see there's only about 15%, so total reverses, 15% in the green, about 85% in the red. If you look at the Satoshi value. So it kind of flips on its head when you look at Satoshi, but It's still good to look at the dollar value, but if you're trying to accumulate Bitcoin, then it doesn't make sense to look at the dollar value. Okay, so we'll go to the overall all markets, and we'll see, first of all, there's 2,209 cryptocurrencies listed on CoinMarketCap now. And these are some of the coins that have done well in USD value. 231% up for Bionic, volume of $40,000. We haven't looked at that. Profile Utility Token is up 201%. We've seen that a couple of times now. Lena is up 140% on 500,000 volume, so that's good volume there. Market cap of 38 million. And so that did have a market cap of about 19 million, so it's just doubled. Zeus Network, 132% up on 12,000 volume, but the market cap's 179,000. Tiny market cap. Same with the Ice Chain, 8,000 market cap, and it's up 99%, but only on 14,000 volume. It's still good volume it's more volume than the actual market cap as well. So some good ones there as well. This is where we could find hidden gems in here, and just look at the market cap, how much volume has been traded, and see what it's been up over the last 7 days, a day and an hour. So good to look at some hidden gems in there as well. Okay, go back to chat, see who else is in. Young Buck Chewy is in as well. Good to see you here. Okay, so take a look at the Bitcoin chart. Where is Bitcoin headed just now? So I was saying yesterday, this is on the hourly chart, and yesterday it was about 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock, we were kind of just going out. Looked at the chart, 6, 7 o'clock, looked at the chart, and nothing kind of much happening. And that's when I thought, sugar, the Spidey senses were not working. And then when I came back at midnight, 1 o'clock, it was up to nearly $9,000. So I was really kind of chuffed with that. More chuffed that the instinct was right, that something big was going to happen. I just couldn't put my finger on what it was. Usually it's more spot on than that. But there you go. Are we going to go up to 9,000? I think we're going to break 9,000 today. Hopefully we're going to break 9,000 today and onwards and upwards for 11,000. I've been saying that for a week or so now. It's going to go up to 11,000, or I think it's going to go up. As long as we can stay above 8,400. And I said once we broke through 8,400, it's going to spike even higher. And it's kind of happening just now. So kind of pull that down. So this is the 11,000. Kind of Marcus said, there's no real, if we look at the VPVR, volume kind of ratio, there's nothing, no real volume, kind of higher than this, up to 11,000. I think you'd have to do it on the monthly, or the weekly. We'll try it on the weekly. So that's going up to 20,000. You see that there. So there's no real support or no real buying volume past this kind of level at the moment, because we've not been there that many times. So I guess the next kind of resistance you'd say would be the maybe 9,600 level, or big resistance, but 9,000 as a psychological barrier. So all the kind of 9,000, 10,000, 11,000 would be psychological barriers. So the next obvious barrier or resistance would be 9,000. So expect it to hit 9,000, kind of pull back from there, 8,800, then push on up past 9,000, then go up to 10,000. 9,600 is a resistance as well. If it pushes past that, it goes up to 10,000. If it pushes past that, 10,000 are huge psychological barrier. But because it's gone over 8,400 now, it's a buy. A lot of traders will see this as a buy, and a lot of traders will see this, okay, this is the start of the bull run for Bitcoin, and possibly not for alts. It might be bad for alts if Bitcoin goes on a big run, but it looks as if that is what's going to happen. That Bitcoin is going to go on a big run just now, but we need to wait and see. You never know with Bitcoin. It's like it's got a mind of its own. It just it doesn't pay attention to TA, to fundamentals, doesn't really pay attention to anything. It seems to be just now going on sentiment. And a lot of people will be getting in on sentiment just now. But as we see there from the VPVR, there's not much kind of buying pressure up to the 20,000 range. I guess the next stage would be about 9,400. Yeah, about 9,400 I'd say. So it'd be good to know your thoughts on that as well. Natasha Sakamoto is in. Good to see you here. XRP Bella is in. Good morning, first time catching live. Excellent, good to see you here. Terrell Pink, is it Pinkney? Pinkney, good morning to you from Memphis. Good to see you here. Memphis, where's that? So that's 6 hours behind us. That's 2:50 in the morning, is it? Memphis, Tennessee. Gary Stewart, does tone based still see a $1,500 BTC? I don't think so. I don't think he's changed his stance. I think he's just changed his percentages or his likelihood that that is going to happen. So I think that's what he kind of said the last time when kind of Bitcoin went up and passed through the 6,000 then 7,000. And I think he's changed the probability, that's what it is, that's the word I was looking for. He's changed the probability of it hitting $1,500. I don't know what the probability is now, or what he thinks the probability is. But I think he's rather bullish on Bitcoin at the moment. I've not watched him for the last week or something. Peggy Johnson is in house, good to see you here. Ferris Alka said, Block 1 has a huge announcement June the 1st. Yep, seen that as well from EOS. Bernard Donald, how do you know when Harmony will be listed to buy? It will be listed on the 28th. So it's going to be listed Binance here, so it's got the dates. So announce results on the 28th and it's usually listed on the 28th. It says it's going to be listed within 2 weeks, but it probably will be listed on the 28th in line with all the other IEOs as well, I would imagine. So I've got my 5 lottery tickets in. I've tweeted it for an extra possible lottery ticket if I don't get any of these. But it's only, as I said, it's only $300 worth. And I think the price of BNB, I thought, if we're looking at kind of Binance Coin just now, I thought the price of that was going to hit 500,000 Satoshi this weekend. It got up to 440,000, so it didn't quite make 500,000. I still think Binance Coin is going to be an amazing coin. I think it's going to go up to $40, $50, then $100. But I want to kind of show you this. So we're going to go back to the very beginning of a small company called Amazon, and how I think Amazon is very much like, or kind of Binance is very much like Amazon. And I think this is what's going to happen with Binance. And you might think I'm crazy for the figures I'm going to kind of look at here. But if we kind of look at kind of what happened with Amazon, you're talking about $1.49 and 1997 for Amazon. If you bought then, it went up to $1.49, then it went all the way up to $110. All the way up to $110. And then came back down, and we kind of just look at this is on the monthly chart. Came back down from $110 all the way back down to $5.60. And then started moving back up again. And you have to zoom out. And on the monthly chart, if you look at the 7 EMA going over the 50 EMA, it crossed over on the 1st of December 2006, and it's still gone up. It's still in a bull market just now for Amazon. It hasn't crossed back down over the 50 EMA, not once on the monthly chart. Not once has it crossed back down over for the last 13 years. On the monthly chart, it's never crossed down. I think this is what is going to happen with BNB. We're at the very beginning stages just now at BNB. $34.40 at the moment. What did we start off at? Obviously we were in the cents. 10 cents we kind of started off at, then it kind of quickly jumped up to $1.46. So if we're looking at the Amazon chart, where we are just now, or where BNB is just now, is probably around about, well, I suppose if you're looking at kind of dollar value, you're talking around about here. It's going to come back down again to around about this level. And it might pull back. I don't think BNB is going to pull back to $6 ever again. I don't think you're ever going to see that price. But it might pull back to the 20s. It might pull back to then, and it'll be a case of accumulating. And then it'll just be a case of, okay, where can this go? And I genuinely think we've got a $100 coin for the short term. There's no question that Binance is going to hit $100. However, where can it go to in the future? and I genuinely believe it's going to hit $1,000 in the future, and we're talking within probably 1 to 3 years, and it's going to be $1,000. Now, you might look at that and think that is just crazy, because that is what, a 33x from here? Would it be 3x? Yeah, it would be 33x from here, which would make it about 70 or 80 billion dollars market capitalization. And if you look at the market capitalization, I would put it into second spot. But I think it's going to go even higher than that, to be honest. But if we think there's going to be trillions of dollars in the market space, not just 270 billion, there's going to be trillions, then you have to look at it from that point of view, not just where we are just now, where we're going to be in the next kind of 1 to 3 years time, or 3 years, up to 3 years time, we're going to have trillions of dollars in the marketplace. So I think Binance is going to be a $100 billion, probably plus, company. So it might be worth starting to kind of dollar cost averaging on BNB. Well, I think it is worth it. I've said before, $100 coin waiting to happen. There's no question that's going to happen this year. For me, there's no question, unless something drastic happens. But if you think about it, they've just came off a $40 million hack, and because of the way they handled it, the price didn't go down that much. In fact, the price went up after that. No other company on the stock market, no other company in cryptocurrency could have survived that kind of hack and just kind of still moved up. They're making money, they're doing good things in the business world, they've got an amazing financial kind of sense, and I just think BNB are going to be the golden boys of the cryptocurrency. And if you think about it, if something does go wrong, they've got enough money in the bank, they've got billions of dollars in the bank because they're making billions of dollars every year, then they've got enough money in the bank to get out of any kind of problems that may occur in the future, i.e. hacking and things like that, anything else. The only thing that concerns me with kind of Binance, and I mean the only thing, is the regulatory issues. Regulation in the future, that's the only thing that kind of concerns me. Obviously they're bringing out the DEX as well, but still regulation there as well. We'll have to look at that. So that would be the only thing that concerns me. But if we can compare it, as I said, to Amazon, at the very start of Amazon, look where Amazon have gone up month on month on month. This is just monthly. And if we take a long-term view of things, we tend to take a short-term view, as do I as well, because I'm a trader. And traders, we can take an hour view or a 12-hour view or a couple of days view or something instead of the bigger picture. So when you look at Binance and you think of the bigger picture, this is where you're potentially heading. Up to, well, $1,800 for Amazon, still climbing. The monthly has never, in fact, it'd be good to see on the weekly if it's crossed down over. It's crossed down over once. That was February 2015. So yeah, it's crossed down over a couple of times on a weekly chart. It's crossed down over the 50 EMA, but on the monthly chart, it's never crossed over for 13 years. Well, it's never crossed down below the 50 EMA, and that's since the 1st of December 2006. So for 13 years on the monthly chart, Amazon has never crossed down over, and I suspect the same is going to happen with BNB as well. Obviously, we've not got a lot of data there to look at monthly. Well, we can see the weekly. The weekly crossed over, $8.23, now $34, up 400%, and it's never crossed down over the 50 EMA on the weekly either. So that is what I feel is going to happen with Binance, and I like CZ as well. I really like CZ. As a person, a lot of people don't like him. I don't know why they don't like him. The reasoning is just beyond me, to be honest, why they don't like him. They think he's shady and everything like that. But he's a business person. All these IEOs, everything else going on as well. It's just good business sense what he's doing. It just makes good business sense. So I'm a big fan of CZ and his ethics and his integrity as well. For me, he's got integrity from a business point of view. And I just like BNB. So, but I'm in on the Harmony. I've got my lottery tickets for that as well. I've got the BNB ready to pay for that as well if I should win it. If I don't, I think there's going to be a drop. I definitely think there's going to be a drop, but I might just hold. I might just hold Binance for the long term, because I think long term, I think it could be a really good coin to hold. And if it goes up to $100, then that's when it reaches $100, that's going to be a good thing. That's what I feel at the moment. Okay, be good to know your thoughts on that as well. Who have we got? All the Bramble Brothers in the house. Gary Stewart, BTC hits 10k. I can see more news stories, more FOMO. Anything fundamental driving the upwards trend? Well, there's a lot of things coming out. Well, just the general kind of good news. You've got Fidelity kind of coming out. You've got Backed, hopefully coming out soon. The SEC have more or less said they're going to approve the ETF. It's just not just now. They're just kind of delaying it just now. But it's more or less been intimated that it will be approved at some stage. And we kind of know that anyway. The ETF is not a big deal for it to go down, but it will be a big deal if it does when it does get approved. It's just more good news. It's layered and layered and layers of good news for kind of Bitcoin, for cryptocurrency. It's just there's too much good news. One thing I think we know is it's not going to fail. It's not going to fail. It's just getting better. The tech is getting better. Fundamentals are getting better in every sense. For most of the companies, the fundamentals are getting better, but I think a lot of the alts are going to kind of die and disappear, which is a good thing. We need that. We need that phase. So just be careful kind of what you're buying as well. Be really careful. Mark Ennis, love the smell of FOMO in the morning. Yeah. Like that kind of analogy there. Is that Full Metal Jacket or the other one? That's Full Metal Jacket. The quotes I'm talking about. Donny Don Matthew, I'm always cautious holding crypto exchange tokens for the very long term with the possibility of government enforcing laws. Once it hits certain targets, I may sell a portion of BNB and keep holding around 50 BNB. Yeah, no, I can understand that, and that's what kind of concerns me about BNB as well. BNB is not above reproach, so it's going to somebody's going to look at it at some stage and try and go for it and gun for it, and the governments, I would imagine the US government are going to try and do that, but since it's not governed by the US, then I don't see how it can, but you never know. You never know what's going to happen in the future, but that's the only thing that concerns me with BNB. Eric Roberts, good morning to you. Cal Capone, what about XRP? Yeah, we're going to look at XRP as well. So we'll look at XRP and Cardano. Which ones we've been looking at? XRP. Look at the BTC value first. So it's down just now. 4,696 at the moment. That's on the monthly. So on the monthly, we're just hitting a support line. Round about a support line here. So we've got the support. So we need to bounce up from that. This is on the monthly. If it goes below that, it looks like we're going to go lower. So if we move on the weekly, if we move this down, got support at 4,200 or 4,300, round about there on a weekly, 4,300. Can I hit that and bounce back up again? And it looks, hopefully it's going to bounce back up from here, but from a charting point of view, it doesn't look as if XRP is going to go up anytime soon. And it wouldn't make sense from a charting point of view just to buy in, but from a dollar cost averaging point of view, I think it does make sense. Even if we're going into hourly chart, it doesn't make sense to kind of buy in if you're looking at purely from a TA point of view. But purely from a kind of fundamental point of view, then you just go, okay, chart wise, it's not a good time to buy in. There's no point in waiting. For me, if you're in for the long term, there's no point in waiting for an extra few Satoshis, an extra few hundred Satoshis that you can get in a better price. You better just dollar cost averaging in. I think that's my opinion. If you're definitely doing it and definitely going for the long term, then what's the point of waiting for it to kind of possibly go down another 100 Satoshi, then getting in then? When in 2-3 years time, that 100 Satoshi is going to be absolutely nothing whatsoever. It's not going to mean anything at all. So for me, it would just be dollar cost average. Dollar cost average all the way down. If you fundamentally believe in it and you fundamentally believe in 5 years time or 3 years time or 2 years time that it is going to work, I do with XRP. I really think it's going to explode, and I still feel it's coming soon that it's going to explode. So it's good to dollar cost average in. Obviously, these prices, you could have the argument since just saying, well, if you looked at the charts and just waited on the charts coming down and down and down, you wouldn't have bought in, you wouldn't have kind of dollar cost it, you wouldn't have put $1,000 in 4 months ago, you wouldn't have put $1,000 in 3 months ago, you'd have just waited, held on to that money and put all in just now and when it starts to kind of turn up. But for me, with XRP, it just could explode within a few hours and then it just blows up. And it has done a couple of times. It's exploded within a few hours. So this is why I think it's better to dollar cost average in. So if we look at this, it's gone down. On the daily, it crossed down on June the 15th, 2018. Went down for months and months. June to September, still going down. It turned up a tiny wee bit and then exploded. From about 4,300, it went up 200% and exploded there. But things have even changed from September fundamentally as well. So I expect the next explosion to be even bigger. So it's not just going to go up 200%, we're talking 200, 300, 400, 500%. And we're going to get past the all-time high and it's just going to shoot up from there. And I do see a possibility of overtaking Bitcoin temporarily. I don't think on CoinMarketCap we're talking about here. Temporarily, I can see it going past kind of Bitcoin market cap. So that would be a 10x from where it is just now. So I still can see that. I still can see that happening at some point. And it's not going to be a flippening. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. I just think it's going to surpass the market capitalization of Bitcoin at some stage, but then it's just going to come back down and settle into second and third spot, but way past anything else. And I think Ethereum is going to jump up big time as well. So XRP, Cardano, I think Cardano is a top 5 coin coming soon. But again, you look at Cardano and just go, why are you buying just now? Kind of crossed down on the daily, it crossed down at 14.92. You'd have just sold there, kept a hold of your kind of dollars or your BTC and not done anything just now and wait on it turning. But again, dollar cost average again, it just means you're in when the move kind of happens. So you're not taking $10,000, for example, putting it all in, and you're just doing it on a monthly basis. So you get it as it goes down on a monthly basis as well. So I think XRP and Cardano are going to do amazing. I think BNB is a long-term hold as well. I think BTC is definitely a long-term hold as well. I think these are the coins that I would be accumulating. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, Binance, they're obviously in the top 10 coins just now. These are the ones I would be accumulating, and then maybe you've got trading money as well, where you're trading kind of some of the smaller alts, like the likes of Matic as well. When you went into Matic, it was only a 6 million market cap, subsequently went up to 90 million. So that's where you'd be putting your trading money and get more money for the kind of bigger alts, supposedly safer alts. It'd be good to know your thoughts on that as well. XRP should be pumping soon. Cal Capone, I think so. Binance hack was relatively small for them. Yeah, it was, but a hack like that in the past could have sent the whole market into a spin. But because of the way Binance handled it, then I just think that they've done brilliant the way they handled it. It's about being open, about being honest, about being kind of authentic, and always being open and honest. I think that's a big thing. John Nohabar Pundy has been showing a lot of strength and resilience. I think it's going to be 100x in the bull run. I think it's going to be really big, but I've been saying that for months and months and months, and you just think, okay, this is when it's going to go up. I've kind of said in the premium group that kind of said at 10 Satoshi, this is now a buy, but you're going to have to wait. It's like watching kind of paint dry. You're going to have to wait and it kind of moving. It's starting to move just now. 10, 11 Satoshi, between 10 and 11 Satoshi. This, when it jumps up, it'll just go up 100%, and it'll just look like nothing. Come back down a wee bit, then go up another 100%. I think that's what's going to happen. But I think you're going to see your 20s. It could be this week, it could be next week, but it's still worth holding. If I was to say to you, okay, buy this coin just now, but you probably have to wait a couple of months. You're probably going to have to put all your trading money into it, wait a couple of months, but you will get 100% back on it. So if you put 1 Bitcoin in, you'll get 2 Bitcoin back. You would do it. You would do it. Just be really frustrating as a trader to kind of watch it and see that happening, where everything else is jumping up and kind of Pundy X is just kind of staying where it is. It's just going plodding along. But would it be worth it? Yes, I think it would. Definitely. So I do think Pundy X is going to jump up. I've been saying that for months and months now as well. Cal Capone BNB is great. I believe in it too. Yeah, I totally think is one to accumulate. I just think it's an amazing one. Christopher Dallson, Binance is based in Malta, hiding from regulation. They will service retail and that's it. Institutions with the big money will be playing elsewhere with regulated and licensed exchanges. So I think that's coming as well. For the bigger money, they've got the OTC desk as well. Remember, if you can trade over 20 Bitcoin worth, they've got the OTC trading. That's the institution, so it's a kind of backdoor for them as well. You have to think about that. You've got margin trading coming out on BNB as well. We've not even spoke about it. I was going to do a video. I started a video at the weekend. 10 reasons why BNB is going to get to $1,000. And I just think it is going to get to $1,000 eventually. But margin trading is going to be absolutely massive for them. So that was one reason, and that's coming out soon. And when the margin trading comes out, if you look at BitMEX and the margin trading and how much money that is being traded on a daily basis and how much profit BitMEX are making, then you start to see the scale of where BNB could go. And BNB are huge just now, but once the margin trading comes out, my God, it's just going to go ballistic. That's why I'm holding just now. So I expect a dip after the kind of Harmony launch. I expect it to dip, but then I expect it to kind of explode, and it's going to hit the 500k. Then it's going to go to 1 million Satoshi. It's going to hit 1 million Satoshi, I believe, within the next month or so, which is onwards and upwards of kind of $100. So that's what I think is going to happen with BNB. So I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold it once the Harmony launch is finished. I'm just going to hold it, and I'll just get more trading money from somewhere else. I'll just start again for trading because I've got everything in kind of XRP and Cardano and now BNB. So I'm just going to hold it. Chair Ngov is in. Good morning to you. Ferris is saying would buy BNB or Ethereum. Ethereum I think is going to jump big time as well. Ethereum BTC. And we'll look at the dollar value after that. So BTC is 3.06 million Satoshi at the moment. And I think it's going to jump up from here as well, big time. In Satoshi value and dollar value as well. Obviously the dollar value is much higher. It looks much better on the charts for the dollar value, but unless you're cashing out. But we'll have to look at the kind of dollar value as well. So look at Coinbase, we're up to 267. And so I said the other week that we're going to get up to $300. That's why I kind of put this green line on. We've not quite got there yet. We've got to 281. But we're going to get to $300. There's no question of that very, very soon. And I think onwards and upwards to $500. There's not going to be much resistance up to $500. We'll look at the VPVR again. Yeah, there's not much resistance there up to 500 kind of dollars. Once it's 300, and there's not a lot of buying pressure there, but there's not a lot of resistance up to say about 467. So say around about the $500 mark. So I think it's going to hit $500 quite quickly and quite soon as well. Same with Litecoin. I think that's going to go up as well. Just look at Litecoin as well. USD value. Look at BitfineX. It's $113 just now. So we're talking about the next resistance kind of roughly being round about here. And we're talking about $150. And then onwards and upwards, I think we're going up to $200 for Litecoin. I think it's all going to happen kind of relatively fast. We're going to blink and we're going to say, holy shit, Ethereum is $500, Litecoin is $200. We've got Bitcoin at $10,000. We'll have BNB at $100. We're going to blink. Cardano is going to get up. I don't know where Cardano is going to go. If we look at Cardano USD value, where could that go to? We've got 8.5 cents just now. I don't think we get to $1. We've got a lot of kind of buying pressure here, not selling. No, I think we'll get to 20, 30 cents for Cardano as well. But the point is, we're just going to blink and everything is going to be up, and we're just going to go, how the hell did that happen? But that's what's going to happen. But that's a dollar value. When you look at the BTC value, you want to accumulate more BTC as well, unless you're in Cardano for the long term and you're holding Cardano for holding Cardano's sake, not to accumulate more Bitcoin. Then obviously you can look at the dollar value of that as well. Steve, can you take a look at BCD? Did I cover everything I was going to cover? Having a launch, 2 to 3 year bull market. That was what I was going to look at. I'll do that in a wee second. So where did I see this? Kind of news. Bitcoin may be entering a 2 to 3 bull market, a 2 to 3 year bull market now. Morgan Creek CEO says. So this is talking about the US dollar. But this is Anthony Pompliano. The BTC bulls are back. During the same CNBC interview, we'll talk about the dollar. Pompliano advises investors to bet on BTC and have it in their portfolios because Bitcoin is a non-correlated asymmetric return asset. Pompliano also argued that the bulls are returning to the market. Bitcoin exchanges are already seeing all-time high volumes, which we have seen, with futures reaching 1.2 billion USD. Meanwhile, both retail investors as well as financial institutions such as Fidelity are moving back into the crypto market. On top of that, the US-China trade war is also helping to drive Bitcoin's value higher, while demonstrating Bitcoin's inherent attribute as a safe haven currency. As a result, Pompliano says, we hit the bottom of the bear market and now we've entered into this bull market. It would not surprise me if we entered a kind of 2 to 3 year bull market now. So we could be in, I've said this before, but if we look at this, look at BTC value just now and look at the monthly. If we look at the monthly, we've not came out of a bull market. We've been in a bull market ever since kind of Bitcoin came out. Look at that on a monthly chart. If you've seen that on a stock market chart, you just go, oh, we're in a bull market. There's no question. This here at 20k, just a blip back to $3,000 is just a blip. And it's looking like a blip just now. You just look at that and just go, oh, it just came down a wee bit. It came down $17,000, but it's just a blip. We've never came out of the bull market. We're in a bull market just now. We're going to continue to be in a bull market. If we look again at Amazon Inc., just what we kind of showed before, and look at the monthly, that has been in a bull market, is a bull market. It's a bull for kind of Amazon all the way up. There's bulls all the way up. It's never came out of the bull market. Crossed over in December 2006, and it's never been out of the bull market. And that could happen with Bitcoin as well. It just crosses over and it doesn't come out. So it's crossed over really from the start. If we go to BLX, and this is on the monthly. So really from the start, from the very beginning there, the 1st of July 2010, before that as well, we've never really came out of that bull market. We've never once crossed down over on the monthly chart. We've not crossed down over in the 70 EMA, crossing down over the 50 EMA. And the 70 EMA has always been above the 50 EMA ever since it came out. And we're talking 9 years. So 9 years, we've been in a 9 year bull market, and I expect that to continue up for another kind of 9 years. We're just going to keep on going up for the other 9 years. Because you've only got 21 million Bitcoin. In fact, you've probably only got 17 million that there's ever going to be, because they estimate they've lost about 4 million kind of Bitcoin with kind of wallets, hacks and whatever. Just lost kind of Bitcoin, 4 million. So there's only ever going to be 17 million. There's going to be a Bitcoin happening in 2020. This is still going to go up. And there's no question that we're still in a bull market just now. And it's going to continue with that bull market as well. It's just about looking at the bigger picture. Pascal Amsterdam, hope Matic will explode soon too. I think it will. It's came back down to about 50 million Satoshi. Not 50 million Satoshi, 50 million market cap, but it's probably gone higher than that because of the Bitcoin going up. Matic. $52 million, yeah. And it's 276 Satoshi just now. But anything that's going to make Ethereum faster, which essentially what is Matic is doing, that's going to speed up and the number of transactions, it's going to speed up that, is going to be excellent for Ethereum and excellent for Matic as well. So I just expect this to kind of be $1 billion market capitalization very soon. Again, another 10xer is not out with the realms of possibility here. But soon, quite soon. Somebody said BCD. BTC, what time are we on? 9:19. So Bitcoin Diamond. If you look at that chart, you just go no way. Well, that's the monthly. So look at the daily. What's happening on daily? From a TA point of view, daily doesn't look good. We're looking at the 4 hourly. Buying pressure here. So this is a strong support at this level actually. If we're looking at the 4 hourly, very strong support here, and you can see the buying pressure here as well. So if it falls below this and stays below it, then obviously it looks like it's going to go down again. But we're at 129,000 just now. Bitcoin Diamond. Fundamentally, I don't know much. I don't really like the kind of pretend Bitcoin or the kind of hard forks and stuff like that. I just don't like them. And so I don't really research them, to be honest. They could be fantastic projects. I just don't research them. I don't see the point. To be honest, I just think they're going to disappear. If I'm being really honest, that's my thoughts on it. Probably totally wrong. But Bitcoin Diamond, it doesn't look on the 4 hourly chart, on the daily chart, on any of the charts, it doesn't look like a buy at the moment. Although there is strong support at this level. Strong support around about the 120,000 Satoshi level. Good morning, Marcus Chipari. Good morning to you. King, good morning. Things are looking up. King 1969. Yes, they are. Indeed. Cal Capone, gracias. My pleasure. Debbie Claydon is in the house. Welcome to you. Rowan Rocker, what's up with Pundy? The charts look funny, like something big is going to happen soon. Yeah, I think it's going to jump up eventually. It has to. Everything else has jumped up. If we look at kind of Binance just now. Pundy X. Kind of looked at the charts between 10 and 11 Satoshi, but everything else has jumped up. BTT has jumped up from 10 Satoshi. Dent has jumped up from 10, 11 Satoshi. Hot has jumped up as well. So Pundy X, it's just a matter of time. It's just if you're willing to hold it, but it could be worth it for 100% gain within 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, just however long it's going to take. But it'd be well worth it. If you're going to put $10,000 in, you're going to get $20,000 back. It's worth waiting maybe 1, 2, 3 months for that. Geez, like Dent, yeah, I think Dent's gone up as well. We've seen that as well. That's what I was just kind of talking about there. Dent is up to 20 now. And if we look at where it was, it's down to 11 Satoshi, and that was only back 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago it was 11 Satoshis, went up 100%, almost 100%. So it's worth it, and that's what I think is going to happen with Pundy X. It's happened with BTT as well. BTT a couple of weeks ago was down at 9 Satoshi a couple of weeks ago, and it's doubled. You could 100%. Same is going to happen with Pundy X, I think. But we've said that in the past, and it's just stayed where it is. It just couldn't be arsed moving. It stayed where it was. But I think it's going to move. It's starting to move. We're seeing the movements just now. So I think probably, I would imagine within 4 weeks, we're going to be up at 18, 19, 20 Satoshi for Pundy X. Honest Crypto Journey, ability to the party this morning, but good morning to you. It's good to see you here. Barbara McDonald got 4 million Pundies. Going to hold long time. Yeah, I think it is definitely worth a long time hold. A long term hold. Don't matter. Steve, do you think selling Dent can double from this price they are now? Dent, longer term, yeah, I think it could double. I still think Dent are a good project, and what they're doing, they're making money, they've got product out there, good use case scenario. Seems to have a good team. I've not researched them again if there's been any team changes recently, but Dent looks really good. Seller, I do like Seller. I do like Seller and what they're doing. I just see Matic as being much bigger than Seller, and doing what Seller really are doing, but on a better, more advanced level. So Seller network is 41 million. Obviously they'll have other things in the pipeline as well, but I think if we're comparing it to Matic, I think Matic is a much better project to be invested in. But I still like Seller for trading. For trading it, I still like Seller. It's not one I would say this is definitely a long-term hold, but Matic would be definitely a long-term hold. I said that from the beginning. Kukla is in this morning. Good morning to you. A lot can happen in 15 days. Definitely Natasha Sakamoto saying. Peggy Johnson, what about Digibyte? I haven't really looked at Digibyte. Probably because it's not on Binance, obviously. We're kind of... Where is it? Cryptocurrency. And we'll look at BTC value. So it's had a good run up. That's on the hourly. Just look on the daily. So a long way to go to come back to its all-time high, 2,600. We're 186 just now. But I still think this is going to be one of those ones that survive. It's been around for a long, long time, has Digibyte, and I still think it's going to survive. When eventually there's only going to be like 200-300 cryptocurrencies, and that's going to be it. It's just going to be how many there are. I think Digibyte is going to be up there with them. But just now, I'm looking at it from a trading point of view. On the daily, it's coming up for a crossover, so it could be due another jump. On the 4 hours, it would have crossed over, I would imagine. Yeah, crossed over at 159. Up to 186 just now. It's looking to move up to this level, 250. So it could get there. Is TNB expected to move? Well, I kind of called TNB the other day, but obviously with Bitcoin just jumping right up, and just kind of came back down. So Time New Bank, we're at 59 just now, just fell with the rest of the alts, in line with the rest of the alts. And I kind of called it, I think it was 67 or something. So a lot of people would have been stopped out that, which is a shame, because I do think this was going to jump back up. Is it a buy just now? I think this is going to be one of the ones that is still set to pop. So I still think it's going to pop. I just called it too early. So I called it a couple of days ago, just called it too early, unfortunately. It did get up to 68, 69 was it? It got up to 68. I can't remember when I called it. In fact, I'll just look at it. So this is the charts for the month of May. Not the charts, this is the calls. So I called it 68. It did get up to 73. It went up to 73 on that day. When I called it, subsequently come back down, unfortunately. So when did I call it? 23rd of May. Go back to TNB. Where are we? Yeah, 59 just now. And I don't know if we go down to the hourly. Yeah, I don't know if that's up to 79 there. To a second. 73 on the 23rd. So I did get to 73 before falling back down, but I don't know if you're getting to it just now because of what's happening in Bitcoin at the moment. So you'd have to look at Bitcoin and see what that's doing. 8,745 at the moment. So it still looks to me as if Bitcoin's gone up, and I would imagine if we look at the BTC USD value and Bitstamp, it's going to be different. It's going to go up. 734 it is, yeah. 8,734. Right, yeah, I was looking for that spike. So I think we're going to go up to 9,000 today for Bitcoin. And that would be a big psychological barrier. So, but I do expect that for today. So the alts might be coming down further. Have you looked at AGI? I've not looked at it recently. What time are we on? 9:28. AGI BTC. Hourly, definitely not a buy just now. Because Bitcoin has gone down or gone up so much, you have to think about what happens, psychological, what happens. People are saying Bitcoin has gone up, I need to get out of the alts and go back into Bitcoin because it's gone up, and then they're going to hopefully, well, they think they're going to be selling. If it hits $9,000, they'll probably sell and go into USDT, or they'll go into the favourite alts or transfer it. I've been trading into BNB just now. I've been trading on the BNB pair, which is good, just the last couple of days, just to accumulate more BNB. It didn't work out because I was in Matic and it kind of dropped when Bitcoin price went right up. So I lost a wee bit on the BNB as well trade. But yeah, so that's kind of what's happening just now. So AGI is not a buy at the moment. If we see on the, if we're looking at the hourly, if you're looking for short-term trades, you can go in on the hourly, or even look at the kind of 50 minutes or even the 5 minutes. You're looking for short-term trades. So on the 50 minutes, still not a buy. On the 5 minutes, coming up for a buy on a crossover. So you might be able to scalp on the 5 minute, but sometimes you can scalp quite big on a 5 minute chart. And if you're trading on a 5 minute chart, you wait for the crossover and then you wait for the cross down again as well. So on this 27th of May at 320, you'd have gone at 543 and you might have came back out at 552. Not that big a jump. 1.24%, but if you get in the 5 minute, you can get out on a 1 minute. So that was 320. We'll just say, so you get out on the 1 minute, and 1 minute here was 559. So you'd have had more there. So get in the 5 minute and get out in the 1 minute, or you could have done. And that came out at 553, so you'd go at 559. So instead of 1.24%, 559 would have been 2.49%, so a double. So it'd be double. And that's, if you're kind of trading, you can trade by the minute, you can trade by the hour. Don't recommend it unless you're sitting in front of the computer screen all the time, but you can certainly do that. Hey Maya, what do you think will happen when Harmony starts trading on Binance in the coming hours? I think it is going to jump up. El Nino and NMG is saying here, it'll pump then dump. So I think it'll go up initially, obviously, and you're going to get the people. But however, having said that, so obviously you've got the people that kind of bought in a private sale as well. You've got them as well. You've got Binance who've got the tokens as well. I don't think they're going to dump it. So it's in the best interest to keep it kind of going higher. So they might buy actual more when it kind of hits the market. So I think it's going to go up. And then it could come down a wee bit, and then there's going to be some FOMO with Harmony as well, because a lot of people are going to say, well, it's an IEO, look what happened with Matic. They're looking for another Matic now. That's what they're looking for, and they might see Harmony as being that. So it could, from a psychological point of view, not fundamental, not a TA point of view, but from a psychological point of view, then it could go up, it could 5x, could 10x, and then come right back down again. I think it might happen. It might happen that way. Kukla, hearing a lot about EOS. Is there something about to be announced with them? Yeah, there's going to be an announcement on the 1st of June with EOS. I don't know what it is. Could be a collaboration. A lot of people are speculating with Facebook or something like that, or Facebook are going to build on the platform. Nobody knows just yet, but there's news coming out on the 1st of June that's been alluded to just now. But nothing's really happening with EOS just now. In fact, I think it's going down in line. On the 5 minutes is good. On the hourly, well, yeah, kind of jumped up on the hourly, and that was on the 24th of May. If we look in the daily, the macro picture. So it doesn't look too good when you look at it on the daily, but coming the 1st of June, I might just kind of jump all the way up and just see what happens with that. But 79,000 just now, could jump up, possibly double on the 1st of June. But a lot of people are talking about it. I don't know if it's hype, I don't know if it's good marketing, I don't know what's going to happen, but it could be big for EOS. If they don't deliver on this if EOS don't deliver, because there's loads of people talking about it. This announcement on the 1st of June, if it's not big, if it's not a big thing, then you're going to get EOS dumping. And I don't know what's going to happen with EOS. So you could get a massive kind of dump with EOS if the news is not really spectacular news. And that's what everybody's expecting, some spectacular news on EOS. Just making sure we're still live. Everything's okay, stream's okay, yeah. Time we want, we've gone over a wee bit. That's virtual reality and CYT group. Yeah, I was kind of seeing that as well. And QLC, staking starts tomorrow. Thinking of loading up more tokens to earn QGAS. That could be a good one actually, QLC. I think one of the Brown admins is in on that. Crypto Don Juan, I caught the Bitcoin run today for my first ever margin trade on Bybit with 25x. Brilliant. That was a cool ride. I doubled my Bitcoin I was trading with. That is amazing. DJ, well done to you, mate. Is it worth holding BTT with the way BTC is acting? BTT just now. No. I'm just looking at the order books here and we're thinking very short term, obviously. It could go up. It could go up if you're in profit just now. Me personally, I would kind of get out if I was in profit just now. But you never know, this could double and keep on going. With obviously the news coming out on kind of June with Tron and BTT. So it might be, I don't know, is the honest answer. It'd be difficult for me personally. I'd be looking, there's always going to be other trades to kind of get in on it if you're in profit just now. If you're breaking even or if you're kind of losing out on a little bit, then it might be worth holding and see what happens when Tron kind of releases the news and kind of what's happening with BTT as well. Thought it'd be a margin boss for a long time. John Nohobar, Steve, curious what your thoughts on Polymath and Charles Hoskinson. I thought Polymath would have went higher with the kind of Charles Hoskinson kind of being in there as well with Polymath. And I think they will eventually go higher. Price-wise, we're talking from a TA point of view, fundamentally. I don't know, to be honest, but I thought it would have reacted more to the news with kind of collaboration with Charles Hoskinson, but hasn't really done anything. Ferris or a massive pump for EOS. It could be a huge pump for EOS. So, but that's what I'm saying. It has to be really good news for EOS. So it could be a huge pump. So we're at 79,000 just now. We've got a kind of high of round about, well, a spike high of 250,000 or a wick high of 250,000. That's on a weekly. So you could get 100%, 200%, 300% on EOS, or it could kind of dump as well if the news is not spectacular. So we're sitting on a cusp just now. You're at the edge of a cliff just now for EOS, saying, okay, you're either going to dump or you're going to go massive. It's going to just pump. Melbourne Skidmore's joined us. Good morning to you. It's Harmony token called 1. Yeah. So that's going to be the ticker symbol for it. 1. That's from Pascal. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there just now. So until next time, I'll just have a look at the Bitcoin chart. 8748. Yeah, still going up. So that's where we are just now. I expect this to get to 9,000 today. And when we break through that, it'll be interesting to see where it goes from the 9,000 mark. So keep an eye on Bitcoin before you go into the alts as well. Just be careful out there. So that's it. So remember, premium group closes in 4 days' time. So if you want to lock in the price for the premium prices just now, then you can lock in the price if you join within 4 days. If you don't, that's it. It's going to be closed to new members for 2 months. Then after that, we'll be reopening it and I'll be relaunching it. So just be wary of that just now. So it'll be good to see you in the premium group. The link is down below this video. Okay, until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones,